Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing an 8-4 Magic Origins draft. Open a pretty solid foil rare here. Pia and Kieran Nalar. Sigiled Starfish, Sigil of the Empty Throne, Lightning Javelin, Shambling Ghoul, and maybe Cleric of the Forward Order are the other pretty playable cards in this pack, but yeah. Pia and Kieran Nalar are pretty awesome, actually. I've gotten to play it only one other time. Really strong card. I almost want to say the other time I played it was a foil as well, but that's not necessarily right. Well, Thopter Engineer seems like a nice follow-up pick. It stays on color. It's a good card. Nothing else is super nuts in here. Suppression Bonds, which I like. I think is a decent card. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's a pretty good card. Yeah, nothing else too nuts in here. I feel like it's pretty easy. Thopter Engineer. All right. So, options now. Well, Warhorn, probably tables, actually, although this pack's not that deep. But Warhorn, admittedly, does seem pretty good, just based on our first two picks. I could take the Timberpack Wolf. It's probably early enough. Might actually just be the best card. Chandra's Fury is pretty playable. I could just take Chandra's Fury. I for sure want to be in red. So taking Chandra's Fury is okay. I don't think it's as good as Timberpack Wolf can be. You know, if I end up with a ton of Timberpack Wolves, but I might just take the Timberpack Wolf. I like Titanic Growth too. Green just always seems to be open. Yeah, like I said, I like Chandra's Fury. I think I'm going to take Timberpack Wolf. If it doesn't pan out, so be it. Okay, so Enthralling Victor in red, Conclave Naturalist in green, Separatist Void Mage, which is good. I like Elvish Visionary as well. I probably just want to take the Naturalist. Pretty awesome card in general. And I think it is better than Visionary, and I think it's better than Victor. And it's probably equal in value to Void Mage. And I guess blue-red artifact-y thing is a real thing. I probably still want the Naturalist. This card is just amazing. Basically, your suppression bonds and claustrophobias don't matter, and I get a 4/4. It's pretty awesome. I think we're going to take Naturalist. The 2-for-1 is so good. So there's Dragon Fodder in red, Pricklebore in red, Titanic Growth and Rock Mauler in green. I think Rock Mauler is a better card than Pricklebore, and certainly better than Dragon Fodder. So I guess we'll take Rock Mauler. I do think Rock Mauler is better than Titanic Growth as well. Well, Somberworld Alpha is quite good. Another Timberpack Wolf and Wild Instinct. So we have, and I guess a red card that's pretty good too. Good white picks in here. So the choice is, yeah, it's really Somberworld Alpha, Timberpack Wolf, or Wild Instincts. If I take Timberpack Wolf, I've already got 2, which is good, and it's a 2-drop. If I take Wild Instincts, I get some removal, which I currently don't have. If I take Somberworld Alpha, I think Somberworld Alpha is better than Timberpack Wolf, but getting Timberpack Wolf in multiples is pretty awesome. I still think Somberworld Alpha is significantly better than Timberpack Wolf. It might actually just be better than Wild Instincts. But I think because my first 5 picks are creatures, I'm just going to take the Wild Instincts. Granted, I could have taken the Timberpack Wolf there, but I kind of like... You don't need to get a ton of Timberpack Wolves to have a good deck. And I just think Wild Instincts and Somberworld Alpha are better than a second Timberpack Wolf. Eva's Force Mage seems fine. There's some really late white going around. Maybe I'm supposed to be green-white beats. In which case, maybe I'd take the Knight. I mean, I clearly want to play Thopter Engineer and Pia and Kieran Nalar. It just really seems to me like white's open. I think I'm going to take the Knight. If Eva's Force Mage doesn't pan out, whatever. So So to get Warhorn back, there's Titanic Growth, Might of the Masses. Might could potentially be better with the Thopter Engineer and the Pia and Kirin Nalar. I actually don't know what I like more, the Might or the Titanic Growth. Warhorn is pretty good, but only if I end up with a ton of tokeny stuff. Yeah, I really think it's between Might or Titanic Growth here, and I can't exactly figure out which one I like more, to be honest. I almost like Might of the Masses more. I know that's strange, but I feel like the cards panned out better for me. Okay, Recluse versus Construct. I mean, if I do end up playing Pia and Kirin Nalar, I think Construct's going to be better. Sigil and the Empty Throne is here. I don't have any enchantments yet, but it's not to say I won't find them. I think it's a pretty strong card if you can make enchantments work. But the problem is there's not a lot of green enchantments I want to play, and the white enchantments I want to play are like what? I think I take Sigil. If it pans out, it's pretty insane. Like here I can take Grasp, and that is actually a good enchantment that pairs well with Sigil. It's only because Sigil's rare. It is pretty powerful. I think Grasp is slightly more exciting than Chandra's Fury here. Our first two white picks are rares. It's pretty good. I'm going to take the Grasp. I don't really like Jailer, but nothing else here is very good. I don't think Elemental Bond's very playable. I don't think Jailer's all that playable either, to be honest, but whatever. None of these cards really matter. I almost think the Bloodsucker's more annoying. Dragon Fodder versus... Well, I mean, that's a late Dragon Fodder. Maybe I still can make red work. I think Dragon Fodder's better than LSV thinks it is, but I certainly don't think it's an insane card. It pairs very well with Might of the Masses. Well, you know how I feel about that Jiraga Invocation. Yeah, we got to take that. Amazing card. It's just been too good for me in this format to ever pass it. When I'm in green. Elvish Visionary, Disciple, Skyraker Giant, Crowan Sergeant are all other notable picks, but we're going to take the green card. Well, Vortex is a good reason to be red, so we'll slam that, and I think at that point we'll just go ahead and solidify ourselves into red, because Molten Vortex is very good, and I wanted to play Thopter Engineer and Pia and Kirin Nalar anyway, so okay. Vortex, we're passing Conclusion, Boggart Brute. Chief of the Foundry would be good with the other token producers we have, but Molten Vortex is just nuts, so happily picking that up. All right, Orchard Spirit versus Fire Fiend Elemental. I almost think I like Orchard Spirit more. It's just naturally evasive. It's a little bit cheaper. Usually you end up with enough 4-drops where you don't need Fire Fiend Elemental. And I don't think we'll need Goldforge Sentinel. I'd rather stick to the cheaper stuff. Okay, Rock Smaller number 2, Titan Strength, Evolving Wilds. I'm pretty tempted to just take Titan Strength here. This card has been pretty awesome in the format. It's basically like Might of the Masses and in Titanic Growth. I do think Rock Smaller is good too, though. I could take a second Rock Smaller. It's debatable. I just tend to like Titan Strength quite a bit, and the pump spells. Basically, any good pump spell in this format has just... Mighty Leap, I guess, has been the most underwhelming, but Titan Strength has been really good. So I'm going to take that over the Rock Smaller, even though I think Rock Smaller sometimes is better than Titan Strength. I think I'd rather just have the Titan Strength here. Play some sort of... Wow, Thopter Engineer number 2. That is like Christmas. It's a really nice pickup. It's a great card. Very happily picking it up. Now I'm a lot happier I have this Might of the Masses too. And this Jiraga Invocation. Like, we've got just a great game plan going. All right, Gear Crafter is just going to be insane for us once again. Definitely picking it over Revelation, which is like the only other card I care about in this pack. Caterpillar would be a fine sideboard. I've yet to play Pilgrimage. I just don't think it's a good card. Gear Crafter, though, very good. A bit of a miss. I'll take the Prickle Boar. It's fine. It's playable. seems like something we might end up playing. Tabled Fiery Conclusion is pretty insane. Yeah, red has definitely been open this direction, which, like I said, is very nice because we've got a nice red plan going right now. I think our green plan is fine too. Yeah, it's actually really good. Naturalist, Dragon Invocation, Mighty the Masses, as well as Wild Instincts and Rocksmauler. Basically, all of our green cards are heavy hitters right now, with the exception of Timberpack Wolf, which is currently unexciting, but not a big deal. Fiery Conclusion's great. I could take the Magmatic Insight. I could take Guardians. I guess Insight, there's a chance I play it. Not very likely I play the Guardians. Not super likely I play Magmatic Insight either. Wow. Fiery Conclusion's very good in this deck, by the way. I mean, with 2 Fiery Conclusions, I could probably even get away with a main deck. Active Treason. Not really have an issue with that. Alright, let's just cut the red card. I don't care about these 3 cards so much anyway. Yeah, I don't really need a... Maybe Kithian's Tactics could be annoying. I definitely feel like we're in the right color. We didn't get too much green out of this pack, but we got a lot of good red, so I'm digging that. So basically just need 5 cards to make a deck. I guess you don't really want to play Magmatic Insight in the same deck as Molten Vortex, unless you're running 18 lands, in which case that could probably be more easily justified. Open Kithian. Yeah, I think we got to take that. Can I splash for it? Probably not. There's Active Treason. There's... Well, thankfully we're not passing too much I care about, so let's just take Kithian and be done with it. Be done with it. Maybe I can splash for him. Doesn't seem like that tough of a splash, does it? Not really. If I end up with an Evolving Wilds, I'll play a Kithian. A Plains and an Evolving Wilds and a Kithian. I'm fine with that. Alright, well, Gearper Aether Grid is a pretty cute card, but we still probably don't have enough artifacts to justify it. So I think the pick is really probably just a Lightning Javelin. It fits our curve well. It's a good removal spell. Hope to Wheel, Orchard Spirit. I'd settle for a Construct. I think this could easily be a Construct deck with Pia and Kirin Nalar. And Active Treason would actually be fine if we can't pick up Orchard Spirit or Bonded Construct. But Javelin seems fine here. Honored Hierarch. I'd probably rather just have a Gearcrafter. More artifact-y token production. It's going to work better with our Might of the Masses and Jiraga Invocation. So I think Hierarch's an okay card. Not that great. Pretty much good on turn 1. Not so good outside of that. Gearcrafter, though, is pretty awesome all the time. So Evolutionary Leap is actually seems like something that would work relatively well in this deck since you just sack a token and find something. But our most insane creatures are like other token producers. Pia would be a good one to find. I almost want to take, I think I want to take this Wardens just because I think it's a great card and we're kind of on the hunt for more creatures at the moment. I do think Titan Strength, Titanic Growth, Evolutionary Leap are all great. And I think Leap is particularly good in a token deck. But we're just a little bit creature light right now. And we don't have any actual like Omega Rare creatures outside of Pia and Kirin Nalar. So I don't think we need a Leap to like... to really... I think Wardens is a great card, especially when you have pump spells and removal. So I think I'm just going to take Wardens. This card has been a big performer. I think Leap is good there, though. I can understand if people are upset. That's okay. You're just going to have to be upset, I guess. So Evolving Wilds to splash the Kithian. It's pretty good. I think we'll try it out. I like Disciple here. I like Rocksmauler here, but I'm going to take Evolving Wilds and we're going to splash Kithian. We'll see how greedy it ends up being, but I kind of like it. All right, I'm going to hate a Lieutenant here because that card is pretty insane. All right, Hitchclaw Recluse seems pretty playable. Firefiend Elemental seems pretty playable too, though. I think Elemental is actually better than Recluse, so we'll take that. Especially with our Wardens. Yeah, that makes sense. Wardens into Elemental. I kind of like that. So now we're just one card from an actual deck here. Wow, Sky Snare Spider. It is like Christmas. This card is like perfect for our deck too. All right, well, what do you know? We got ourselves a pretty awesome looking deck at the moment. Actually, we could use some more early plays. I'm going to definitely take Active Treason. I don't think I'm going to main deck it even though we have the double Fiery Conclusion, but I'll consider it as a sideboard option. Yeah, just a ton of good looking cards here. Actually, we have 15 creatures with the Dragon Fodder. I don't think we need a second Active Treason. Even with 2 Thopter Engineer, 2 Gearcrafter, Pia, I still really don't think I want to play Gearper, Aether Grid. Orchard Spirit I can consider, but is there anything that's... I don't think I'll play it anyway. I don't think I'll play it. I'd rather have the Renown guy with the Wardens, I think. I could play it over like a Prickle Boar, but Prickle Boar is a pretty good attacker, actually. Fastwood Gorger, probably not necessary. Neither is Brawler's Plate, though. Maybe it's good with all our tokens, but we already have Drog Invocation. None of these cards really matter, to be honest. Guess I'll take Gorger. Titanic Growth, though, jeez. I mean, I'll take it. Maybe Stratuswalk can be annoying. Well, more than enough playables. I actually don't think we're playing Titanic Growth. Pretty sure I'd rather play a Might of the Masses in this deck. And I think I'd rather play a Titan Strength. I guess I could swap a Titan Strength for a Titanic Growth without any major hiccups to the deck. How much better is getting an extra power and 3 toughness for an extra mana but not being able to scry? I actually don't know. I think it's a legitimate question. So 15 creatures. That, I think we're probably going to cut Titan Strength. I don't know if it's better or worse, to be honest, than Titanic Growth, but we'll run the Titanic Growth instead. I have a hunch that it could be better, even though it's an extra mana. Getting the toughness can be really nice. All right, I think this is our deck then. So we're going to run Evolving Wilds and 1 Plains and 8/7 split. Yeah, I guess I'm comfortable with that. Although we have 2 double green and only 1 double. Let me look at our curve again. We need more red early, but I see. Well, we need both pretty bad. I guess I'll go with their... I mean, I don't need the double green until mid to late. And I probably would like to see red a little bit earlier. All right. So, hopefully Kithian doesn't mess with our mana base too much, but I think he's pretty awesome, so he's worth trying out. All right, this deck's pretty awesome. Definitely nothing negative to say about this deck, so run it like this, and we'll see you round 1.